Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny. As you're watching this, it's probably been about a week since I summited Katahdin, but actually, it's been about 3 weeks for me. I'm out on my first hike since finishing the Appalachian Trail. And so I wanted to give a little life update, and I'm also out here finishing some unfinished business from my thru hike. As you may know, I have been working on my 48 4,000 footer list, and I had intended to finish them at the same time that I did my thru hike, but I did not due to a few factors, weather being one of them, and second, we had a reservation at Madison Springs Hut I was trying to make. So there were 2 peaks that I skipped, one of them being Mount Jefferson. And I'm out here to attempt to complete that hike. The trail that I'm doing is called Caps Ridge Trail. It is the highest elevation trailhead in the Whites at 3,000 feet. Mount Jefferson being something like 5,600 feet. So you're still climbing 2,600 feet of elevation, but it's less than 2.5 miles up. I know that because the whole hike is just under 5 miles. So you're doing all that elevation pretty quickly, especially considering the first mile is said to be pretty easy. And then comes the fun part. So we're going to be doing some bouldering today. I don't expect it's going to be as hard as Katahdin was. If you saw my finale video, you'll know that I had a little bit of a challenge climbing up it. I was totally destroyed after that hike. I mean, I could move and everything was fine. And then like a couple days later, everything just locked up. Everything was all very tight, and it's like basically the muscles that are responsible for lifting your legs, like when you're taking really big steps up. Surprise, surprise. And, of course, I struggled with my short legs trying to get up some of those huge boulders. And I was really, really working them and straining them, trying to complete that hike. But I feel better now. I really wanted to get out and hike sooner, but then I got sick. So, of course, I went 6 months without being sick once. Actually, I went 3.5 years without being sick because I was hiking so much. And so it's like the healthiest thing you could do for your immune system is just to get out and hike. So it always happens every time if I abruptly stop hiking, that's when I get sick. That was a bummer, but it also was kind of eye-opening, okay, I really need to make an effort and get back out there. So we'll see how I do with this hike. I realize I'm kind of going from 0 to 60 with this one because it is a hard hike, but I just really wanted to do this one. It is a beautiful day. It's in the 70s, low 70s, I think. Bright and sunny. Not supposed to get any kind of rain or anything. So that kind of sealed the deal for me. I am going to go today. So what else have I been up to other than recovering? Well, my sister and I, we do a kind of a decluttering challenge every year called Simplify September. And so I've been really focused on organizing and just decluttering my life. And then I'm also trying to sell things that I don't really use anymore, like backpacking equipment that I don't really need or want, and trying to make some money back because thru hiking was very expensive. I just went back to work, but it takes a while for you know, paychecks to come in. So in the meantime, I am doing what I can to try and stay afloat. It's been really nice just being social and active in my community again. Just kind of getting settled back in. But there's parts of the trail that I think I still miss, but at the same time, I know that I have exciting adventures to come. In fact, I'm planning to do maybe a 2-night trip later this month, and maybe revisit part of the New England Trail. And just like that, we are in the Alpine Zone, which means that this trail is about to get interesting. We got our first view of Mount Jefferson right there. And if you look over there, if you can see that tower, that is where Mount Washington is. It's really cool how quickly you get a view on this trail and how close the peak looks. Like, it looks like, oh, that'll be easy. Of course, I am going to regret saying that. Starting to get a little bouldery, but it's not been anything too challenging so far. First part that looks a little tricky, climbing straight up some boulders. This is looking behind me. Alrighty, really nice view. Still got more climbing though. After that one sort of tricky spot, it's kind of leveled off a bit and hasn't been too challenging. Summit's getting closer. You get a pretty clear view of the top of Mount Washington over there. You can see the leaves are just starting to change. You can see them kind of spotted with yellow. To the top. Made it to the top. Mount Washington over there. That's where we just came up. One thing I forgot to mention is this trail is on the terrifying 25 list. It hasn't really been that terrifying so far. Well, I've made it back below tree line, and it seems like it was good timing too, because the clouds came out and it kind of looks like it's gonna rain soon. But while I'm descending, I wanted to talk a little bit about the future of this channel. Nothing really is going to change from before I started my thru hike. I was making, I think, bi-weekly videos. I might do weekly. I'm going to be putting out some post-trail videos. Probably do a gear video of all the stuff that I brought, what worked, what didn't. Everyone always asks me, like, about scary or creepy experiences on the trail, and I had a few of those, so I'd probably do a video about that. Maybe like favorite hostels, favorite just places on the trail in general. But if you have any ideas for what kinds of videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'm actually probably also be doing some sort of Q&A, so if you have any questions, post those as well, and I can try and answer them in the video. Oh, and I'm going to be going on more backpacking trips and day hikes as well. I have a trip planned, like I was saying, Later this month, I'm going to revisit the New England Trail, do 2 nights there. I'll probably be doing a bunch of like 1 or 2 nighters this fall, and maybe in the winter too, because I'm not opposed to that. I do have a couple trips in mind for next summer. One of them involves returning to Scotland, and the other one is right here in New Hampshire. I hope you will stay subscribed to this channel and keep following my adventures, because I'm not going away. Oh, made it back to the car. It is 6:09, so that took me about 5 hours. Not bad, not bad. I planned for 6, so. While I'm editing this video, I just wanted to do a little follow-up from that hike. I really enjoyed that hike. It was a perfect day. I felt great after the hike. I wasn't sore at all. I know that was like one of the things I was worried about, because I didn't know if I'd lost my trail legs or whatever, but I did really well, and I felt like that hike wasn't as hard as some of the 4,000 footers that I hiked in the presidentials on the Appalachian Trail. So that really helped. I think there was bouldering, but it wasn't anything that was too challenging for what I had already experienced on the AT. So that was a really good day, and it made me really excited to get out and do some more hiking. So thank you for watching, and happy trails.